does Fire Emblem mean to me?
What does Three Houses mean to you?
What does Fire Emblem Three Houses mean to me?
What does it mean to you?
Something really relatable about all the characters, and there's just so many of them, and they're all really, really charming. And that's just like a testament to how well they've all been written and performed. Speaking of Marianne in particular, and many of the Golden Deer, I think it's relatable to have, burdens and familial expectations put upon us that can be really hard to deal with while trying to figure out who we are and, what is our place and purpose in life, and what is it that we want out of life for ourselves, To be able to see the growth of these characters over the entirety of the game can be really inspiring and uplifting. At least it is for me, and I think that's really beautiful.
Fire Emblem Three Houses really changed my life. I don't think that's far-fetched to say. I personally have made so many rich friendships with people who I consider my family now. I'm gonna cry. It's meant so much to me. Fire Emblem Three Houses to me means family, and it means love, and it means friendship, and it's meant so much to me. Every actor who I met along the way, my director, our script supervisor, the engineer, everyone, and it means I'm gonna get teary because I love this experience and this world, and sharing that with all of you, and thank you.
This has been a really amazing experience, getting involved in a community that is so incredibly passionate about a game, about a series of games. Fire Emblem fans, you're so incredible. Like, you love the game, you love each other. Sure, there's some friction from now and then, but for the most part, the community is really welcoming. I was really happy with how I and the other actors were welcomed in the community. Everyone's very supportive. So it's been really, really great just kind of getting to know people. I think that's probably been the biggest impact for me for Fire Emblem is getting to know so many people, and it's been really fantastic. So thank you, guys.
I just spent about 2.5 years living in Los Angeles. Just got back to Houston. That's where I am now. Where's my cat? He's like, whatever. I think we recorded that game for the better part of a year. And that was probably my favorite stretch of time that I spent in Los Angeles, because I was working on that game and I was working at Universal Studios. To be doing those two things concurrently was really cool. And a lot of my coworkers at Universal, I worked at the Simpsons ride and I worked at Halloween Horror Nights. And a lot of my coworkers were playing Fire Emblem after it came out, and they were super excited. They were figuring out that, oh, you're Linhardt. What does it mean to me? It just, again, it represents the best time that I spent in Los Angeles. And it was really special to me in that regard. Now, everybody, go have a cup of tea and take a nap.
So, from a pure narrative standpoint, I mean, it was just such a wonderful experience working on the game. So from a professional standpoint, it's sessions that I remember very fondly and character exploration that I remember very fondly. But personally, I just feel like my world has blossomed. I've been able to meet actors who I probably would have met at some point, but gotten to meet actors that I hadn't met before and get close to actors I, knew but didn't know super well. People in my life that I'm so grateful are in my life. Friendships I've made. Maybe the real Fire Emblem Three Houses was the friendships we made along the way. But then in addition to that, the fan community has just been phenomenal. I stream sometimes. Sometimes she says I'm gonna stream right after filming this. I stream myself playing just various games, and the community, my chat that has built around this, fondly known as the Middle Franc Discord House is the name of my server. They are just so fantastic. A lot of them I wouldn't have known if it hadn't been for Fire Emblem Three Houses, and those are individuals that I count as actually being friends now. Like, friends I would not have made if I hadn't been in Fire Emblem Three Houses. And so I am eternally grateful for that. I think my life wouldn't have the same richness and beauty to it if it hadn't been for some of the people I've met and connected with as a result of being in 3H. So, yeah, I think that my world is better because I was in it. And it's a weird thing to say, but I feel that about some of the projects I've been in, and Three Houses is definitely one of them.
I mean, it means a lot. It was really wonderful being involved in this game. I don't even know if I really knew how momentous it was when I was doing it, even. I mean, I felt great to be tackling such a large role in such a very beloved franchise, and the story's wonderful, the characters are wonderful, you know, everyone involved is super talented. It was great working with Cup of Tea and Patrick Seitz. So it definitely, from a professional standpoint, it was a wonderful challenge. It was after the release of the game when I really started to comprehend what it means to fans in a way that I never really knew. But after the release of the game and seeing the fan involvement with Fire Emblem and how much it really affected people's lives, that was really special. And to be a part of that makes me feel even more deeply honored to be included in this game and in this franchise. So, happy anniversary, Fire Emblem. Rather, I should say, happy anniversary, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fire Emblem, you've been around for a while longer, so I'll let you do your thing. I love you all, and I will see you around. Stay safe, wear a mask.
That is a big question. I don't even know where to really begin. It's a lot of the projects I do are very special to me. This one, I think, felt particularly close to my heart just because Bernadetta, she feels real to me. And I know she's like an exaggeration of a lot of like social problems that people might have, but the fact that there's a character like that out there, I think is really cool because you don't see too many of them. And the fact that she's able to, as a character, portray her insecurities like that and not be totally, you know, chastised or, I mean, Edelgard chastises her a little bit about it. I don't know, she works through it, you know, and people kind of still accept her for who she is, and they don't not include her in things. And it's just really cool to see like where she goes from where she starts in the game till the end of it. Yeah, she's just a character that's really close to my heart. And then just in general, like, I feel like I've never been, I don't want to say never, but this cast of voice actors for this game has just been so great. Like, I've made so many new friends and was able to get closer to so many people that I had known or had been in other projects that we've done. But with all the just events that we've been able to do as a cast, it's just been so great getting to know everybody, and everybody's so great. And I love all of them, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. I'm so happy that we all got to be in something so cool together that people are still talking about, obviously, a year later, and it's just really cool.
The best part of being involved with this game is definitely the fandom. Fire Emblem fans are the best fans. They're so enthusiastic and kind and supportive, and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I also just absolutely adore Annette. She's one of my favorite characters that I've ever been able to voice, and we have so much in common. We like to sing random songs, we like to bake, we both probably work too hard, but that's neither here nor there.
I have to say that since joining the cast of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, on Twitter especially, the love that I have received from this Fire Emblem fandom, it's like nothing I've ever experienced before. People love these characters so much and they respect them, and it makes me just feel extremely lucky that I was cast in this role as Constance. And you know, how it impacted me personally also is, you know, voicing Constance was so easy and fun because I related to her so much. She can be extremely outgoing. She's way too much. She talks a lot. And then she has another side of her personality that is not always happy and pretty depressed. And I really liked playing with that role. That was a challenge. I'm a 90s kid, and growing up, I had the original Game Boy, so many games, and Nintendo was mine and my siblings' favorite thing. So to be a part of that family means everything to me.
Working on FE3H was such a really fun time. I got to work with Patrick, who was the director, one of my favorite people, Danny, one of my favorite engineers, and the entire team that worked on it. It was a blast. And I really like the direction that the whole game takes for the female characters. You know, they're all strong, beautiful women, even though everyone looks different. And, you know, they're like leading the charge. And I think that's important for so many reasons, from myself as a woman. And it was just a fun, empowering experience every session, and then to see the final project, and it's so well done and so fun, and how it's impacted all the fans as well, and everyone's so into it, and it's really exciting to see everybody like cheering for their teams, and you know, it was a fun ride to be a part of it, and it's really exciting to have the 1-year anniversary.
And what does Fire Emblem 3 Houses mean to you? Oh, okay. So this one was huge. This was one of the first big things that I got to be a part of, and this was extra cool just because I was a huge fan of Fire Emblem growing up. I played the crap out of that thing on the Game Boy Advance, and I feel like that is just one of the coolest things that can happen for a voice actor, is to be a part of something that meant a lot to you as a kid. So it's gonna sound so lame, I'm sorry, but what does this mean to me is your dreams can come true. And I'll never forget that moment when I'm in for the first session and Patrick was like, so this is for the new Fire Emblem, and my heart just like ripped out of my chest, and I was so excited, and I hope and pray that that is just something I get to feel often in my voiceover career, and just I get to work with like Disney and Nickelodeon and all these video game franchises that just lit my imagination up as a kid and just made me want to be a voice actor. And so yeah, I say happily and with very much pride that I am Ferdinand von Ayer.
A way that Fire Emblem 3 Houses impacted me is the fact that the fans were so wholesome and supportive when it was announced. People really, really like Petra, it seems, and I was encouraged to make a Discord community. I started streaming, and you know, at first I was terrified that the internet would be you know, very destructive, but they have been nothing but wholesome and so sweet. And yeah, it's like we've been helping each other through these hard times, through you know, the pandemic that's going on right now. We just play games with each other, we have deep, real talks, and I really feel like I'm a princess on my own island. They make me feel that way. So, shout out to the favorites.
For me, Fire Emblem 3 Houses was just like the upturn in my career. I've never had a huge main character role in a video game before, so being able to say that I'm a part of Fire Emblem and also a part of Smash now is just absolutely mind-blowing, and the community is so cool and amazing. Everyone was super supportive, and yeah, I'm just so thankful to all the people that I've met and had the chance to interact with because of this role. So thank you guys for the support.
I have been doing this for over a decade, and my favorite part of any game is getting introduced to a new fandom, and they get introduced to me. I didn't know a lot about Fire Emblem when I first started, other than being in a couple of sort of supporting roles in some earlier games, but after getting to know everyone, either through the internet or conventions, I would say that that's how it's impacted me. It's my favorite part of this job, is learning about you guys and what these characters mean to you. And that's what means the most to me. Love ya!
Well, Fire Emblem 3 Houses has impacted me is, it's changed me completely. I'm a new man now. I am amazing. No, no, it's very humbling. It's very surreal to be a part of Fire Emblem, especially because, my brother has always been a big fan of Fire Emblem. I know that his favorite one is, Radiant Dawn. Yeah, he used to love those games. Personally, it's really cool just because, I get to say I'm in one of his favorite, like, series. More than anything, I got to work with some really cool people that I had never worked with before. So that was really cool. And I got to meet new people as well, like befriend Christine Cabanos and, you know, the rest of the Ashram Wolves. But what does Fire Emblem 3 Houses mean to me? It's just a way that, fuck, I don't know. It's great. It's a game that I was enjoying before I was in. I'm enjoying while I'm being in it, and I'm still enjoying it. I still have to play the Black Eagles route and the church route, and that's gonna be the next time I play it. But it's very weird to play as my own character and just hear myself be in the game, but it's really cool. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is like a milestone, and it's so hard to just put into words. It's just good. It's a great game. It's bringing in a bunch of people together, and I mean, even through the darkest times before, like, I mean, you know, it can bring joy to people, and it brings me joy. I don't know. Also, side note, could you imagine if all the actors of Fire Emblem 3 Houses got together just to hang out? Like, that sounds like a fun time. I don't know. That's just me thinking. Anyway, thank you so much for having me.
So what 3 Houses means to me 1 year later is, the most important thing, I guess, is the castmates that I've come to meet and become really good friends with. And I can't really imagine them not being a part of my life right now. So I'll always think back really fondly on that game, because it allowed us to come together and be a really important part of each other's lives. And I'll always be grateful for that.
One thing I'm super grateful for is the friendships and the connections that I've made as a result of working on the game, because as I've said in the past, when we work on this as voice actors, we go into a booth alone, and it's me, it's the director, maybe it's a writer, and the studio engineer, and that's it. And then after the game, for this one in particular, we all got to meet each other in life and do things together, both socially and professionally. And it's meant so much, because I've come to know and love so many of my fellow voice actors as a result. I have mad respect for their talent. I cheer them on, you know, on Twitter, in social media, you know, via text message. This game in particular has resonated with so many of you. Based on what I'm seeing, you know, your comments on Twitter and on Instagram, but also, you know, at the Anime Impulse, the one con that we got to do this year. It's amazing to me that these games can have such resonance in so many different ways for all of us. So happy anniversary, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, happy birthday, and we'll see you soon.
How it impacted me personally and professionally is I'm here because of it. Without 3 Houses, I don't know. It really, it changed the day-to-day of my life in such a dramatic fashion. I don't know, it makes me so happy. Personally, so many of my friends I would not have if it were not for Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Deva and Brittany and Joe and other Joe, and you guys can decide which is Joe and which is other Joe. And I mean, Brittany, honestly, so many people who I hadn't met and had no relation with before Fire Emblem Three Houses, and being in this thing really brought us together. And Deva likes to say that it's like a theater cast, but better. Because the thing with theater is you always get super bonded with the people you're doing theater with during the show. You are closer than brothers, you are family. And then the show ends and things kind of move on and you all sort of go your separate ways. And some people you'll stay in contact with and remember, but really at the end of the day, like, you were so bonded during that time. But the thing that amazes me about Three Houses is that it is a year later after the release, not even after the end of recording. It's longer since then. And we still hang out. We like each other. We talk, we chat. We bonded because of this. This thing made us friends. It brought us together in ways we never could have imagined before. And I am immensely, incredibly thankful for that. And also, here's my plug for you guys, to Anime Impulse. Seriously, just bringing us all out, even just for that first silly eating challenge and everything that's followed since. You have given us all of these awesome opportunities to hang out and be friends and do fun things, even amidst this, not only the craziness of the world, but the craziness of our industry and the way that it works. One of the most important things about it was that even when we were recording it, I do think we all had this sense of camaraderie, because we knew that it was going to be something special while we were doing it. Because we worked on it for months. Well, normally when you're doing a project like this, it doesn't last that long. We were working on it for ages, not only to make it perfect, but because there's just so much. And through the wonderful magic of Danny and Patrick and Chris at Cup of Tea, and the wonderful incredibleness of the Nintendo clients who would come down and who would constantly provide us with these awesome scripts and these amazing interactions between characters, we got a sense of everybody else's character beyond what we normally would, where it's like, great, we have to get these lines done, let's go. We had time and we sat in some of it and we really thought about it and lingered on it and made sure that every moment we got as right as we possibly could. We captured every moment we possibly could. On the very first day of Three Houses Record, I was the very, very first session. So I went in and we were all figuring it out together, because even like as a director and all this sort of stuff, and as the client, everybody has to like sort of figure out, hey, how's this gonna work? And we were there with one of the head writers. He sat down with me and Patrick was like, why don't you tell him a little bit about Ignatz, tell him sort of where this is going, and also in the process tell me. That was a terrible Patrick impression. Sometimes I can do good ones. That was not a good one. And Steven sat down and he started talking about Ignatz, and he pitched him as the timid art boy who then grows very much into that. He grows into a poet and a creator and somebody who can sway the populace with his art, the sort of person who could paint something and people would see it and they would feel that fire in them to like, no, we have to stand up and we have to resist and we have to be strong. And the writer looked at me very seriously in the eye and he's like, I think that this character is going to mean a lot to a lot of people. And I think it's important that you know that going in, that this is a character that a lot of people, whether they want to or not, are going to see themselves in. And it's important for you to convey that. It's important for you to be that representative for them. And that, I mean, it took me by surprise. It was an incredibly powerful moment, because I knew that what we were getting into was a big thing, that there was a lot that was going to happen here. But having him phrase it that way, that like people are going to look at this character and see themselves in it. As an actor, as a creative person, at the end of the day, that's the goal. For people to see themselves in this thing that you do, to see how they can better themselves, how they can grow stronger and more confident, and maybe how they can make the world better too. So yeah, that's what Fire Emblem Three Houses means to me.
Professionally, like it was huge. It was a huge thing. Like, it was my first leading role in a video game, and this was such a big deal. Fire Emblem is a huge franchise, and to be entrusted with this character and to be, and it's it's meant a lot to me. There's so many more people that know who I am now, which is crazy. Because I never thought anyone would care. You know, I'm doing this because I want to do it and I like doing it, and hopefully I can make a living out of it one day. But other people are just like, it's become this its own thing. Sorry, it's hard for me to express it. But it's taken on its own life, and it's crazy. And it impacted me personally because every time I think about every time I think about the process of recording and finding out originally that I was going to be in it, it's just overwhelming. Like, because when I got the email that said, "Hey, congrats, you're gonna be in this new Nintendo game," after I auditioned, I was like, "Oh, that's great." You know who I'm gonna be, because sometimes they'll tell you and sometimes they won't. Like if it's like, you're gonna be, random dude number 3, they'll just be like, "You're in this thing." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm in the thing. That's awesome." I asked back, so I'm like, "So what character did I get?" Wondering maybe are they gonna tell me? Maybe are they not? And it was just a simple response back. It's like, "You're Dimitri." and I cried. I cried like I am now. Because I really connected with him in the audition. And for me, this was a huge personal milestone. And I didn't think it was real, and every day I kept expecting, every day after a session, I expected them to tell me, "We're going in another direction. We're gonna change it up. You're not really fitting the character," or something like that. And every day it didn't happen. And then I finally got to hear it in the trailer, and it became real. Yeah. It was the best feeling in the world.
Happy 1-year anniversary! Oh my god, what?
Happy anniversary, Fire Emblem. We got the answers to all your burning questions. Let's go!
Where I am now. Where's my cat? He's like, whatever.
I love you. Holy crap.
And besides, he's really just a sweet boy under that helmet.
That I am Ferdinand von Ayer.
Thank you to the fans, to Anime Impulse for having me, to Cup for letting me be a part of their game, Nintendo for making such a great franchise. But
hey everyone, all right, let's get to the questions, shall we?
I think that's it. Let me get my little hat. It's the final countdown.
Thank you, fans. Thank you for being amazing and awesome and wonderful, and super grateful for you all.
Try to be friendly and open and warm always.
I hope that you and your loved ones are safe and healthy.
Looking at me. You have to look into my eyes.
Veggie chips are one of those things because they're a vegetable.
Just to make you aware ahead of time, as you can see, I'm recording on a black background. I'm sure everyone else is going to be recording on a lighter background than this, but this is the best place for lighting in this makeshift booth I'm making in my house. So, sorry if this doesn't work, but you can edit this part out. You're more than welcome to. If you don't want to, that's up to you too. I'm sure Randy will do something crazy with it and, you know, put fire in the background or something. I don't know, green screen my shirt. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know anything.
Hopefully doing an okay job at it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hopefully this video setup looks okay too. I also don't know what I'm doing with the video setup.
I will make sure my arrows are not hidden.
That isn't comforting. That isn't comforting.
If you watch this, I miss you guys, and I really do appreciate all the work you're putting into not only your own stuff, but continuing to push this stuff out. That's awesome. You guys are awesome and cool. And I love you. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. One more little dance. Fire Emblem 1 year anniversary.
Fire Emblem fans, you're so incredible. You all are amazing.
I just wanted to say to Randy and Chell and the Anime Impulse team, I am so grateful while we are celebrating, you know, the impact that Fire Emblem 3 Houses had on us and, you know, the fun that we've had as a result. I feel like it's not fair to celebrate that without also mentioning you guys and thanking you for the friendship you've given, for the fun we've had, because we've had a lot of fun, a lot of cursed memes and fun and just fantastic things. And without this game, I wouldn't have gotten to know you at all. So one of the things I'm really grateful for with 3 Houses is the fact that you guys are a part of my life. So I'm grateful for that. And thank you for putting this together. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the final product. And yeah, all right, let's do this for real.
Whoa! Less precious love.